Okay, we are live. Welcome, you guys. Sorry for the delay. It's been a long afternoon. And so we'll just wait till everybody stroll on in. Look like Ron Julian is here.
Hey guys. See, I knew everybody was. Hi, Joyce. Everyone was going to come and pop in.
Mm-hmm.
Daycare with the kids, Black Pink Me, Melissa Spencer, all the usual suspects. We got Stella White.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. See, almost 30 people already.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well,
Belinda Hill, Melinda Pierce, Vicky Langler. We got all the usual Sophies here, all the usual suspects.
yep. I see them all. Hey, you guys. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. Welcome, you guys, to Soap Corner Talk, where Bree and I are going to recap both The Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful, I guess, for the week of November 11th through the 15th. And normally, what we do for those that are new here on our weekly chat, we start off with the Young and the Restless first. Then we take a break, kind of do some housekeeping. Then we do the Bold and Beautiful, and then we have four other segments. Flip the script. Who's taking several seats? Well, actually five. Who's taking several seats? Star of the week, pickle of the week, and who wins the Simp Olympics this week?
Lord, that, without question, there really is no
Yeah,
doubt who
girl.
won this one.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah, we'll talk about it. But what I'm going to do is, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive into, hold on, Y&R. And I had to take up the whole screen from Y&R because there's so much going on this week. Usually,
Yeah.
Belinda said, look, can we get bold out the way first?
Oh, see,
Maybe we
that's
should. You think we should get bold
yeah.
after? Yeah, let's get bold out the way first.
We
Cause
can mix it up a little bit. Yeah.
all right, we'll switch it up. Cause that's what I did yesterday. I was so disappointed in bold yesterday. I spent probably a good 10 minutes on it. I did it first, and then we spent the rest of the time on Y&R.
I'm surprised you got 10 minutes out of that. Look, what y'all? Someone tell me what interesting happened Monday through Thursday.
Well, I'm gonna give you a summary, and then we'll try to break it down. How about that? All right, so for bold, or whatever you want to call it, for the week of November 11th through the 15th, Taylor's response to a question unnerves Brooke, and Electra balks at Ridge and Steffi's plans. Brooke's conversation with Taylor leaves her feeling suspicious, and Will kisses Electra. Ivy vows to protect Electra, and Remy is revealed. Finn shut down Deacon's request, and Carter makes another appeal to Steffi and Ridge. And Carter comes up with a harebrained scheme to take over Forrester, and Electra's stalker is coming for her.
Jenna, my
Girl.
sentiments as well. Carter lost his ever living mind.
Yeah, well, let's get through the beginning of the week because we got to talk about this word salad. Can I say what kind of dressing you guys would like to have with your salad?
I mean, it really doesn't need any dressing. It can be as dry as her approach, like as dry as her saying that she doesn't love this man, but she still loves this man. It's been rinsed and repeated so much.
Girl, she went through, we got a day and a half of, because it was Monday and Tuesday, or
Mm-hmm.
part of Monday and Tuesday, or whatever you want to call it. She go through this whole thing because obviously Brooke wants to know what the real deal is. Are you okay now? Because I'm gonna need you to leave my man alone. So she wants to go over there to find out if she actually is still pining for Ridge, and she go through a whole word salad with the cucumbers, tomatoes, the lettuce, the cheese, the seasoning, only to say, yeah, but no, I don't need no man. And yeah, I'm going to follow my heart thanks to you, but no, I don't need no man. And I don't need Ridge either. And I'm like, girl, if you don't stop. All right, what you got, Bree?
These women are not tired. After 30 something years, they're not tired of the same song and dance. Like, I'm on season 8, just going back to watching old episodes. And like watching it then, I could understand that makes sense. But now, everything I'm looking at right now, like they got grandchildren, their children got children. Like they're not tired of fighting over this ogre.
Mm-mm.
I like they know this man is capable of playing them both and telling them whatever they both want to hear. So they're hanging on to this man's every last word and thinking that they're the only one in this man's eyes. You got Brooke going all the way over to Steffy's house. Miss, I'm not insecure, but I'm secure. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
But and then you got Taylor, whose main purpose of coming back was to get her broken heart fixed by Red.
Right.
This is pitiful of these women.
I just
And you're
can't.
not tired yet?
I can't believe they're rewriting this all over again. Whether it's Hunter Tylo, whether it's Krista Allen, and now Rebecca Buddick, y'all still writing the same old stuff after all these decades of these two women pining after Waffle King, Pine Cone Poppy, as you would call him.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the nerve to bring up the stupid keyhole. And I'm like, what are y'all
Lord.
doing?
They brought up this keyhole. He can't make any real decisions without a pine cone and a keyhole, apparently. And this is why these women are still stuck on stupid, because this man can never make a definitive decision. He's got this woman holding out hope that she might end up being with this man. I'm talking about Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, he loves me. Like, I don't have to worry about, being in a romantic relationship with him. I'm perfectly fine with the fact that we love each other, that my broken heart was healed because of him. And our love will never, go be unwavering, because we have this deep connection. Like, I know I'm paraphrasing, but still, still. And then you got Brooke, who feels that she's with this man. This man lives in the same household with her, and she still feels that she doesn't have this man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not enough that this man is living with you, paying bills with you, he wakes up next to you. This woman was so insecure about Taylor being in this man's lap for a chakra pose. She had this man do the same pose with her, saying that, oh, you never did this with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Somebody's grandmother is this insecure. I'll never understand this over him.
Did you see what Melissa Spencer just wrote?
Let me see.
I didn't even pay attention to that. Let me check right quick. I can't. It might not let me do it. Oh, yes, it will.
Yeah. Matt Atkinson removed Bold and Beautiful from his Instagram. Do you think that means he's done at Bold?
I mean, they just got him. He's just listed as artist.
Yeah, we on out there. The way I look at it, unless they make an announcement, kind of the same way Melissa Ordway made an announcement about her status. I mean, it could be a lot of different things. He can be negotiating a contract. I mean, he could be focused on his newborn baby. Like, anything could kind of come into play with that. I'm hoping not, because he's one of the best. And no offense to the other portrayers of Thomas, but he's my favorite portrayer of Thomas of all.
Oh man, I guess we have to wait and see. I'm not happy with Bold right now, anyway. So, you know.
Because there's really nothing much we can really talk about. And TA was right. They fighting over this dusty man.
They fighting over this dusty man. These, this whole thing is just a hot mess. And it seems like, even though I I do like Electra and Will together. I don't think they should be the focal point so soon. You know what I
Right.
mean? They did the same thing with RJ and Luna back in February sweeps. And here we are in November sweeps, and you got these two youngsters. They're gorgeous kids. But do
Yeah.
you make them the focal point in the middle of sweeps?
And we understand, that they're trying to introduce the new characters, and
Mm
Joshua Marrow's son is he's getting,
hmm. Mm hmm.
he's trying to fill into his new role, and we got this young girl here. I understand they're trying to, you know, uh, put some roots down with these characters. But I agree with you for sweeps,
Mm mm.
though.
Yeah, and they spent
Like,
the better half of Wednesday. They took up part of Tuesday, Wednesday, and part of Thursday.
yeah,
Mm
yeah. This, I mean, between that and then you got Steffi trying to play matchmaker
hmm. Mm hmm.
as a almost 40-year-old woman, still trying to play matchmaker for her parents. She just as delusional as her mother, at thinking like she's acting like she doesn't know her father's actions.
Girl, it's just I'm like, what happened, y'all? I mean, we thought the sweeps were sweeping at the beginning of the month, like when we hit November 1st. Both soaps was like, oh yeah, okay, cool, because then they did this whole thing with what they're doing with Carter and this whole thing and Hope, and I'm like, okay, so let's see where we're going. We only got what 1.5 days of Carter and Hope this week. We got today, which we gotta talk about that nonsensical BS,
Mm-hmm.
and then we got half of Monday when what they were kissing or something. I don't even remember.
She was, well, for one, I think she was in a bathrobe. I don't know what she was wearing. But Thursday, she was kissing him in her cabin,
Right.
and he went over to Forrester Creations and was trying to pitch again. And then Ridge was like, look, you have a job, do something with these LLCs. And then he sent him on his way.
Right.
And
Right.
and
You're
then he
right.
went back to the cabin.
And then that was what Monday, right? We didn't see them in the middle of the week. It was all dedicated to Hope. I mean not Hope. Brooke and Taylor
And Taylor.
with the word salad, and then we had a lot of this stuff with Will and Electra. Now we did have this whole conversation with Deacon and Finn. Deacon called him over there to see if he could talk him into supporting Hope, knowing that that would probably be a problem for Steffi and him. And I'm like, did you actually think Finn was going to say, oh, yeah, I'll support Hope?
He finally in his wife's good graces now.
Mm-hmm.
And you want this man to mess this up
Exactly.
for Hope. For Hope. And Deacon knows better. I feel he's no different from Sheila trying to like slowly merge those two together for their own benefit. Like, I gotta give Finn a little bit of props for standing up for his wife, but at the same token, he knew good and well Hope wasn't looking for him, or as to how could she assume that it was him?
Mm-hmm.
And he has this expectation that Hope is all over him for the stuff that he allowed. Like, granted, the kiss was all Hope, but he's also allowed this girl to come on to him, and he let it go. Like in the dressing room, trying to push up on him, he let it go. Like, he's allowed so much just in general.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's he has this whole assumption that this woman is all over him. Keep in mind, she hasn't been around him in a few weeks. Plus, how can she predict this man was going to pop into the office and then automatically assume it's him? magically put on lingerie for him. Like, it's just, he has enough common sense, but I understand he's trying to look out for his wife and stand up for his wife, and as he should, but he, I don't know.
I
This
it's
just,
just bad writing to me.
yes, it is.
It's horrible writing, and I mean, you couldn't come up with anything sweepable. You know, do you have a dispensable character? I mean, yes, we had a well they did it for what was that July and May sweeps when Tom and Hollis got unalive. So that was the so-called summer murder mystery.
And that did the thing, I don't know, it was May sweeps or June sweep or whatever, when they brought Thomas back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we thought, like, oh, wow, the sweeps are really sweeping. Like, they do this thing. It's kind of like chewing a piece of juicy fruit. We get all
Mm-hmm.
this flavor in the beginning, but it lasts is like 5 seconds. And we're struggling to try to make what we got in our mouth, like, until we have to just not have to worry about the juicy fruit anymore. But they do this thing where it's hot and heavy for like a couple of days, the first days of sweeps, and then maybe towards the end we might get a little something, but
Yeah, I'm hoping that that's the case because I mean, now that we saw what happened, and we might as well, we also have that other situation which is also crazy to me. What is this girl sending him letters? Luna sending Bill letters, and all he do is read them and throw them in the fireplace or whatever. And I'm
I don't
like,
know.
what are we doing with that?
The first letter he threw in the fireplace. This one here, he just balled up and threw, which means if he wanted to go back to that letter, he can.
Yeah.
I think she's starting to get to him.
Okay, can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, because there's a couple people saying that they can't hear me,
Uh-oh.
but they obviously hear you.
Yeah, they hear me running my mouth.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway,
Is it better, guys?
can you guys hear me? Yeah, hit the like button. Can you guys hear me? I'm low. How? Can y'all hear Bree? Bree is loud,
Okay, I'm loud.
but they can't hear me. Belinda says she
Okay.
hear both of us.
Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, now they're saying no. Okay, Jenna says she can hear the both of us. She said, yeah, we hear you. Your audio is low. Okay, so Bree, you're okay. T is low. Okay. Okay. See, something told me Bradley Bell was going to tamper with this podcast. As
Okay,
soon
hold
as
on a second.
we got.
I don't, because you both, here's the interesting thing about all of this. So maybe I'm talking a little bit, not as loud as usual. It's been a very long day. So, maybe that's the difference in my voice elevation today versus any other day of the week. Um, had to deal with some family issues earlier. So, yeah, it's been a stressful afternoon. So, if I'm a little bit lower, it's because I'm in a mellow mode now because I had to bring myself down. So I'm gonna try to accelerate my voice because both me and Bria are. You guys are hearing us through the same computer system um, at the same time. So, yep.
I hope everything's okay, T.
Yeah, it'll be all right. But you sound like you in a deep well.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? And the thing is, I have you up to. We're not coming in on two separate sources. We both are on the same source.
Mm.
So I
And
don't. Mm-hmm.
it's a full moon out, and usually it's me with the audio issues.
Mm-hmm.
So something flipped.
Oh my
But
gosh. Because normally I am talking loudly, but anyway. Okay, so but we gotta talk about Carter. So the whole thing with Luna and Bill, I'm just over it. I'm more excited to talk about Young and the Restless than anything. But
oh yeah,
but with Carter, I can't believe that this man is about to falsify documents to take control, hoping that the Foresters don't read what they're about to sign away over to him.
and all for her.
Yep.
This man is committing a crime. You got all these degrees, and now you stoop low to commit crimes
Mm-hmm.
because you're not getting your way at somebody else's family company, and
Mm-hmm.
he has the capability of creating a legacy for himself.
Girl, my thing is he already betrayed Eric a few years ago with his wife. Now, granted, we got past that, and now you finna pull a coup.
He done lost his mind. You correct, Dewan. He done lost every bit of his mind. Like this is a blatant crime. This did not need to come to this. If he was unhappy with how things are going,
Uh-oh. Now you having phone problems. So,
now they're saying I have phone problems.
no, you're coming across on my phone sounding like when you go underwater a little bit.
Oh goodness.
Okay, so
Okay.
maybe it was just probably a signal issue, but go ahead.
But this is a blatant crime, and he knows better. He's the lawyer and knows better. And you got Hope is just like, you deserve it, Carter. I believe in you. We can really take over Forster Creations. Like, she got really excited when he broke down the whole LLC thing, and she's like, oh, and she immediately saw how it's going to benefit her. And this man is saying, like, we can take over and do what we need to for Forester Creations. But notice he was the only one who signed on the dotted line.
I know. It's just he's putting his behind on the line to save her line, which is tanking. None of this makes sense to me. I mean, all of the writing that they've done, trying to switch up history and have like we was talking about this what last week, Carter,
Yeah.
thinking about Hope and Rome and all of this craziness. It's just like, what are y'all doing? And now you got this man crashing out over Hope's line, which suck. All and you're trying to push your business ideas and put them in action by throwing them out of their own getting. Girl, I just can't. I'm like, what are y'all writing?
And she's selling him a dream, and she's like boosting this man's ego up and saying, like, this is your legacy. You deserve this, Carter. Like, you deserve to have your dreams come true over at Forrester. And notice how she just like pushed him to the document. She like he had the pen in his hand, and she's just pushing his hand over to sign the document.
I mean, now we did see that promo for next week where Brooke is going to overhear them talking about taking over Forrester. My thing is, what do you think she's going to do? Think she going to say something? Or is she going to dive right in
Honestly,
with them?
I would be surprised if she did. But we did see that Carter goes to the office, and he man that Steffy and Ridge back home from the future. So this is such a departure from the Carter that I was like head over heels for just as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is beyond simping. I don't know what this is. This is clinically dumb. If anybody, when I say
Ooh, girl.
clinically dumb, referring to Lily,
Your
this
phone
right
is
here, what
breaking up.
Carter did, it's breaking up still.
Yeah, it was when you was deep in your conversation. I'm trying to hear everything you have to say, and it's like, what?
What I was saying is, whenever I say a person on the show is clinically dumb, everything that Carter did today, that is that's clinically dumb.
Mm-hmm.
He is incredibly intelligent. This man has degrees after degrees. Like this is a complete departure from the Carter I was head over heels with.
Yeah. Did you see what
Like,
Jenna wrote? She said that she's mad that she wants to force Ridge to put her daughter over his daughter.
well, when has she not done that?
Oh
This
man, Brooke
that's the Brooke
always do
way.
that. Girl, Brooke always do that.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah, that's Brooke. Like she prioritizes her children, but every time Reg's kids does something, she is quick to put them on trial for their actions. It's like uh, I will not allow your children to do this. Like, she was like bashing Thomas for years, even
Mm-hmm.
after he got the surgery and after he had therapy.
Mm-hmm. Girl, wait a minute. Redneck said, told you and I, your phone has enough of bold. Please move on to Y&R. I'm here for it.
Oh, well, you know what? Yeah, maybe
This
he is
week,
right. I mean, there's nothing. That's all we can really talk about.
girl, this week was a dumpster fire on Bold and the Beautiful. I'm like, what girl, here's the thing. When I can get distracted and do something else when Bold is on, that means it's really bad that day. Cause I mean I'm
Yeah.
usually focused. I'm looking for 12:30 hits. I'm like, ooh, let me switch it over. Cause I'm working from home and watching the show, right? Girl,
Mm-hmm.
when they had Will and Electra on and that whole back and forth with and had what Remy looking at the wall and stuff, I was like, let me what else I got to do over? I was just that distracted. It just didn't catch my attention. It wasn't interesting. This whole thing with Carter making himself the bad guy by trying to put the LLC of the company in his name, which is falsifying documents because he works for them. Yeah, and he's this,
Yeah.
even though he's the COO, he's supposed to keep the integrity of the operations of the company, going forward. And I'm gonna put my name on here, which now makes me legal ownership of this LLC of Forrester Creation. So you gonna go up in there and say I own the place now. Now here's the other problem that I have with this writing. Steffi, Ridge, Eric, and even Thomas have shares in the company. So, I mean, even if he put himself as the owner, you can't overrule the shareholders. I don't understand how they're putting all this together. Does that make sense to you?
Nada. Like, I get what you're saying, but from Carter's logic, it doesn't. This is a crime. This is so stupid. I see Rednecks. He said he's done with Bold.
You
He's
know,
he's here for Y&R.
yeah, and here's the interesting thing. Rednax was a Bold fan before he was Y&R fan.
I think a lot of the soapies used to be Bold fans
Mm-hmm.
because even like with the recaps for Y&R, you were saying there's a lot of people for Bold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So,
how the tables have turned.
yeah, I just don't like none of this writing is cohesive. It doesn't make sense. They're like drawing lines in the timeline and reconnecting and chopping stuff up. And I get it, it's fictional, it's soap opera, anything is possible, but at least make it make sense.
Mm-hmm. Jenna said he's going to end up in jail. And Alicia Combs said Hope is going to visit him in jail. To be very honest, I don't think Hope is even going to do that.
Girl, she using this man.
Yep.
She is so attracted to the fact that I can get what I want by using this man. I can get my line back and stick it to Steffi by taking over the family company. Girl,
Yeah.
yeah, that to me that's not sweeps worthy. I don't care how outlandish it is. It just doesn't make sense, and it makes him the bad guy, the fall guy, and it looks pathetic that he's doing all of this for the box and her sorry line.
And that's my other thing too. He hit it once.
Mm-hmm.
He hit it once and ready to commit crimes of passion for this girl. Like, it can't be that great. I mean, Liam had no problem cheating back and forth with her, so we know she ain't all that special.
Right. Here's the other thing is Eric, because he's still trying to fight to keep Hope's line. I'm wondering that when all this stuff hit the fan next week and they try to take over the company, is he gonna get mad at Carter or get mad at Steffi and Ridge for letting the line go? And this is the reason that it happened. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Blaming them because you fired Hope, this wouldn't have been happening. No, Carter didn't have to falsify documents.
Yeah,
So I
he
hope
really.
they don't go that route, Bree.
We'll stay tuned. I'm surprised we got 30 something minutes out of Bold.
Yeah, I was so disappointed. Y'all dropped the ball on the second week of sweeps.
Sweeps.
Y'all were on top, neck and neck with Y&R the week of November 1st, and then the bottom fell out with y'all, and Y&R excelled.
Yeah. I don't know. Melissa spent. We'll get to YNR here in a
Okay,
second.
you know what?
Rednecks.
We irritating people, girl. They like, can we
Yeah,
just move
and
on?
Melissa spent. Yeah, Melissa Spencer said you know what they say about them Logan girls and their boxes.
Oh
Yes, it's
Lord.
being a spy trap. It's a Bermuda Triangle. Like it's like there's. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Redneck said it feels like we're talking about the same old for the last 2 weeks.
Pretty much.
Pretty
I
much.
mean, yeah, nobody's motivated to watch Bowl, but we got plenty to talk about
God almighty.
YNR.
You know what? We're done. Moving on. Let's move on to Young and the Restless. And listen, we only spent 38 minutes. We haven't done that in, I don't think, the history of the show. 38 minutes on Bold.
And we had to get that out the way first.
Exactly.
Oof.
Exactly. But we got a lot to talk about with Y&R. Ooh, child. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. How many people in the chat, girl?
Y'all, we got 165 in the chat.
Get
They were
the
ready to talk
French
about why.
toast. We got 165.
Yes.
Okay, obviously we got a lot of new folks sitting over here on this Friday night. If y'all are not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We do this every week. We've been doing this since 2022 on this platform, but the podcast itself has been going on almost 6 years, where we started on, which is now Spotify for podcasters. We started out on the Anchor podcast, and it was spread out to like other, like Apple and some of those other places before we moved it to YouTube. So if you are new, hit the like button first, and then make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for the notifications set to all. So therefore you get notified for the spoilers, because we got spoilers coming out for the week of the 18th through the 22nd. That comes out on the weekend. And then I do standalone videos. I did a premature standalone video this week about who could have killed Heather. Well, we definitely found out who got rid of Heather, and we'll break that down too. So make sure that y'all do the do. Also on other platforms, IG, TikTok, Facebook groups, Blue Sky. There's a new platform called Blue Sky. And then of course we have the blog and a lot of other places where you can find Soap Corner Talk. All right. You ready for Y&R, girl?
I cannot wait. Like, I don't know if you've seen
I
Monday's
did.
episode. Ah, every day of YNR has just been just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, let's go ahead and give you a summary and then we'll break down this week. For the week of 11 through the 4th, yeah, 15th. 11 through the 15th, Cameron pushes Sharon into a plan to end Phyllis, and Jill confronts Victor about Chancellor. Phyllis catches Sharon snooping in her suite, and Victor makes Jill an offer as Billy luck changes. Billy sounds an alarm over Jill's shocking news, and Phyllis crashes while driving. Diane drops the axe on Kyle. Tragedy strikes, and not one but two sinister schemers return. And Jack and Diane's ruse is revealed, and Sharon confesses all.
Whew.
All right.
And no, Ron Julian, I haven't heard that yet.
What? What did he say?
I said, do you know about the real Andrews leaving Sonny Cornethos, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, Ma Boss General Hospital for the Gates? No, I did not know that. I can't wait till we get to the gates. We got to wait till February, though, unfortunately. But we're going to get to this YNR.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where to begin. I guess we
Well, it
start
started at
at.
the beginning of the week. So, Phyllis once again tried to gaslight Sharon, saying that I know what you did and I got evidence on you. So Sharon decides that she wanted to go sneak off into Phyllis' place over at the GCAC and go in there and search her apartment until Phyllis walks in on her. Let's start there.
And we saw how Sharon kind of just slithered her way, slithered her way out of that. And you would think that Chance would kind of be a little bit see like a red flag with Sharon. Like, you did show up and break and entry into Phyllis's room over the assumption.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at the same time, like, he's still saying like, oh, she wouldn't do this, she wouldn't do, like, Sharon is the mouthpiece. Like, she knows how to say it, how to tap into emotions. Like, I guess it's the benefit of having a psychology degree.
Yeah, I guess, because therefore you know how the mind works and how to out manipulate people. But that was some crazy work. First, she passed out, and
Mm-hmm.
then she woke up and they was just sitting there looking at her. That was the funniest thing ever. Because you would think like get her, call a doctor or whatever. They was Chance was sitting next to her, and Phyllis was just on the back of the couch like, "You awake now?" That was the
This was.
funniest thing ever. But the way that she, flipped this on her by saying, listen, I didn't know if she was going to fabricate evidence on me. And so that's why I was in her suite looking for evidence. And, I mean, Chance was like, I can't get her on anything else but breaking and entering. And Phyllis was like, yeah, yeah, okay, okay, okay. Well, we'll get her for the bigger crime versus breaker and entering. And she was like, am I free to go? Chance was like, yep. She sashayed her butt up out of there.
Like, it was nothing. And Jenna, yes, your man, he a little slow. I'm so sorry. He is. And then she make her way down. She sees a Faith and Nick. She's like, well, I might as well tell you. Da 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 da. I broke into Phyllis's room just in case she fabricated evidence. And they ate it up. They eat up anything Sharon has to say.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, I'm like, the links that this woman would go to, for one, to cover her tracks,
Mm-hmm.
and then the lies on top of lies she has to cover for herself, and then the mind manipulation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible acting by Sharon Case.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, she was able to get up out of that. But here's the other thing: is we had some people come back, Jill and Ashley. So
Mm-hmm.
Ashley, it was good to see her back. She was kind of nervous. She's back for her daughter's wedding. So she was excited about that, and I thought that was a cute moment that Abby had with her mom with the whole cake tasting thing because she hadn't been a part of planning any of the festivities. So I thought that was a cute moment.
Yeah, that good for her. I'm glad to see Ashley back because if we all remember, she had an incredible storyline.
Yes, she did.
And like the woman still got her Emmy reel together. She well deserves her Emmy with those three personalities and everything. I forget how long it's been since we've seen Ashley, but regardless, I'm glad that she's back. And I hope she's going to find out that that Tracy is with Martin, not Alan. But this was a sweet moment between her and Abby. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. Now, on the flip side, Jill was the other person that came back to town, and the first person that she met was Victor. And this is where I thought, sure, I was hoping Victor was going to drop that bombshell when Jill was like, well, if Billy screw up, I always got Lily, I put her in charge. And he was like, you don't want to do that. And I'm like, oh, he finna drop that bombshell. No. All he said is that she want to go back to Winners. I'm like, dude, you could have said a whole thing about Odyssey 7. But no.
And that would be done.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but at the same time, I kind of see why he didn't do that because I think he wanted to put all the full doubt on Billy since he's the one she gave the power to.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lily is just a minor factor. He knows that Lily deserves it, that she needs to go over to her family's company. So he's the least bit concerned. Jill cannot help but want to be the cheerleader for her son. She even said that to Victor. She's like, I don't see him in the same light that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And if I felt that he was failing, I would have gladly reinstated Lily. But he hasn't failed me. But the more that Victor was goading it on, she was like, okay, maybe he is right. I'm like, you sellout.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking all of this about your son and you just sold him out. And the thing is, Billy hasn't done anything.
Mm-hmm.
That I know of, unless I'm wrong, y'all.
I
What has he
haven't seen
done?
anything that he's done. It was all these people running in Jill's ear trying to say, oh, Billy gonna tank the company. Oh yeah, just you wait. He's nothing but a problem. He haven't done anything. He was the one that almost closed Odyssey 7, which was a deal that had been sitting on the table for years.
Mm-hmm.
But
And
because
then,
Lily was a constantly, and obviously she was taking some credit from Lily and what she was saying, Victor was constantly in her ear. And the fact that she didn't like the fact that Billy fired her, but they both were stabbing each other in the back.
yeah, make that make sense.
Why you give
But,
that boy all the power if you ain't trust him in the first place?
right. And if you felt that Lily was better for your company, why didn't you give her all your power then
Right.
over your son? So, like, Jill's talking on both sides of her neck, but the end result is that she sold out for
Mm-hmm.
Victor.
Yeah, and she said to me, okay, let me ask you, do you think the way she did it was bad? So instead of having a conversation with Billy and Lily and say, listen, this is what I plan to do, she went and made the deal with Victor and then told him after the fact.
Yeah, she was dirty for that. For one, she was dirty to break that news to the man on Abby's wedding day and say like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it."
Right.
Like she breaks the news and then says like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about it." I'm like, you expect for this man to be happy at that wedding? You break some news like that to him?
Right.
Come on now, it's not even his wedding, so he could care less about Abby marrying Devon. I understand that, but she could have gave her son a heads up or like at least see like how he plans on turning things around, since her Jill's biggest issue, her gripe, was the fact that he hired Phyllis and he got rid of Lily. Now that he came to an agreement to at least share the co-CEO position with Lily, you would have thought that would have made Jill happy and hopeful, but she just completely was just like, forget it. Let me go ahead and sell this to Victor. So you didn't have faith in Lily or Billy.
Nope. Well, the other thing is he talked about her health. So even though she's doing fine right now, he made it look like, do you actually still want to look after what's going on with the going on of that company? So whether it was Lily or Billy or both, she still would have to be in the know. And I guess Victor made it look like, don't you want to just let all that go? You don't want to have to keep looking after that company and see what they're doing. And I think he sold her on that because that conversation she had with Lily, she was like, "Look, I'm tired. Just let me have this. I just need to move on." I'm like, "Oh, well."
I understand that, but like, Chancellor was part of that boy, part of Billy's legacy. There was other chancellors that should have had at least an opportunity before she just automatically sold it to Victor. She completely just sold out.
Yep, she just gave it up. She was like, "Forget it. I don't need. I'm sick of this headache."
Yeah, and like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I was happy to see Lily's face in the end,
Oh
because
God, yes.
even Jill was saying, you need to go back to your family's company. You have no place over here, basically.
But that's what she get. She been
Yeah.
maneuvering and scheming and doing all these things. Granted, she shouldn't have even gotten collusion with Victor without signing any paperwork. That's how he got the information in the first place and used it against her. Between her, Audra, and even now Kyle, it's like, when are y'all gonna learn?
That, look, Victor was collecting these companies like it was Monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
He is Mr. Moneybags. This man, like, they concede to this man. They buckle for this man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never understand it. And both Kyle and Lily got the biggest okie doke
Yep.
of their life. And now they feel some way about Victor. Everyone was trying to warn you.
Yep.
That's why I don't feel bad for either one of them.
I don't understand why. Here's the thing: Lily had a round table seat to what happened with Nate. She remembers what happened with Neil, which is why he started the company, because he got tired of being in this in and out tug of war with working at Newman and back and forth. He's like, "Look, let me just do my own thing." I mean,
And
go ahead.
and then she didn't want to work for that family company,
Yeah, it's
but
like
had to learn the hard way.
Audra. I mean, granted, Audra made stupid mistakes, but she's new in town. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, this should be a big lesson, her first big lesson about playing around with these folks in General City. But Lily has been seeing this happen for most of her life. And then you figure you was going to be different?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
this was the best. Like it was a long road for Lily's downfall, but we finally got to see it,
Well,
and
yeah,
it was
girl.
pleasant to see because she needed this.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. But I feel sorry for Billy because I really truly think that when she brought him on board, when the whole Mamie thing came into play to balance out, Abbott's and Chancellors and Winters and stuff before the demerger, I think he truly was invested in putting his time and energy in making this business work. Even though he did throw the Abbott thing, a lot of people thought it was his ego trip. But he didn't do anything bad, and I really think that he was willing to make this a go.
Yeah, I and plus he got up underneath from out of his brother's shadow
Correct.
because for all that a lot of people know in town is that Billy's a screw up. Billy's this. You can't
Mm-hmm.
trust him as a leader, and he did it to himself.
Yeah.
Granted, but I think what broke his heart was the fact that his mother put all that faith in him only to take it away.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like that has to be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Next, said Carter should go to Victor Newman crash course. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Tommy Smith, yeah, Lily is ungrateful. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them are ungrateful.
Mm-hmm.
And poor Billy.
Yeah, poor little Tink Tink.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then we had on the Wednesday episode. Wait a minute, today is 15th. Yeah, Wednesday was the 13,000th episode. And
Mm-hmm.
we had Abby and Devon's wedding. Everybody looked so pretty. And I said this the other day. I love Amelia Heinley's dress. My favorite color is purple. The dress fit her beautifully. Audra was another one. Zalika
Yeah.
Silver and that dress she had on. Perfect. What about you? You got any picks?
I loved Audra's dress. Zalika, that color was perfect on her, and body yaddy yaddy.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I like the color of Lily's dress. I didn't like the dress on her though.
Mm-hmm.
Anna had a beautiful dress on. And the more and more I saw Diane's dress, I really loved it,
Mm-hmm.
especially for on Monday's episode. Like it just this fit her frame well. And I'm trying to think of who else, but everyone looks stunning,
Oh, Ashley.
beautiful. Yes.
Eileen Davidson, that dress and her hair color, it popped.
I'm like, she stole the show from her daughter.
Yes, she did.
Yes, Jenna, I agree with that.
What she say?
She stole the show. Beautiful, stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dress didn't clash with her hair, her skin, nothing. Like, see this, like this what we're saying on Wednesday. When Thomas made that dress for Hope, that clash, whereas the dress that Ashley has on, that fit her perfectly to a T, the color, everything, stunning. Great to see Ashley back.
Because normally, if you're fair skinned with maybe a lighter color hair color or whatever, you want something to contrast, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you might wear a darker color, a blue or a black or something like that. But for them to put that golden color dress on her, and it looked like like they matched it with her hair almost. Most time you get a dress to match your shoes or a bag to match your dress or whatever, but they matched her hair with that dress.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She looked absolutely stunning.
Mm-hmm.
I was very impressed with everybody, even the men. The men looked really good. I think Devon, he kind of looked the same with his Mr. Newman self. But the guy, everyone looked incredible on the show.
Anna and Yolanda came back.
Yes, they did. Anna looked fantastic. I love that orange on her. And I think Yolanda had a similar style dress to Ashley. It was just, more of like a gunmetal color, but still, everybody was stunning.
Mm-hmm.
I loved everybody, including Abby's dress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad it wasn't white. Start off with your marriage with the truth. And I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, everybody was just beautiful. Now, if Michelle Stafford were to have popped up,
girl,
she would have stole the show.
She would have stole. Michelle can dress her butt off.
Yeah, she can.
And she got the body for it, and she got the height. So usually when you tall and you got a figure like hers, you can see the entire length of the dress. Not saying that you can't do it, because even as a shorter woman, there's certain ways you can really make a dress pop. but because she's like, I think 5'8", um,
Yeah.
when she wear her dresses, it elongates her figure. Too bad they didn't have her in the scene. My question is, what happened to Adam? Where was Adam?
Right. No Adam, no Sally, even though she made Abby's dress.
Mm-hmm.
Faith didn't care to go. Who else? Um, who else wasn't there? It just, I was just surprised mainly because Adam had talked about going to the wedding, but he wasn't there. So I'm like, what happened? They didn't even mention the fact that Adam was absent. So like, was he not invited?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
get it.
interesting because I mean, Adam is Abby's sister. So why wouldn't she be there? And even Faith. Faith is her niece. And I mean, she'd
And you
rather
know
be with her friends than go to the wedding.
She's like, this is Abby's third wedding. I'll send her some flowers. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame her. But did you catch the fact that they invited Sharon
Mm-hmm.
back to the ranch for the wedding?
Yep, because she was supposed to go with Nick.
The same chick who burned down the ranch in the first place.
Yep. But
she couldn't be on my property. I'm sorry. She couldn't. She couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
But Nick had enough nerve to invite her. See, this is why I keep saying Nick. He already chose his side.
Mm-hmm.
He want to be Captain Save Sharon. That's about it. But yeah, I saw like the absence, and also Devon trash talking Tucker, and he ain't even there.
Yeah, a whole lot of things happened at that wedding because after Billy found out that Victor was the one that his mom sold the company to, Victoria tried to chase him out of there. And, he was like, go talk to your daddy. And so here's the interesting thing. And I brought this up, I think Wednesday, when all this happened. He tells Victoria, we're at, Abby and Devon's wedding. We don't talk business today. Okay? We'll talk about it tomorrow, right? But then he turns around and had a whole business deal with Diane in the middle of a wedding and tell her to go fire Kyle.
Oh my goodness. He make up his own rules as he goes. And I understand that's his ranch. He can do what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, if only Abby and Devon knew all the stuff that was taking place at their wedding.
Mm-hmm.
But that was very bold of Victor to tell Diane to fire her own son again, and in a public place just to prove herself. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, but I gotta say, even though, and see, here's the spoilers say their plan was exposed or busted. They didn't get exposed. They end up telling Kyle about it at the house. I'm like, because I'm thinking that they were going to get busted, because that's what the spoiler said for
Yeah.
for Thursday the 14th. And so I'm like, when after that whole firing and Kyle got mad and kind of stormed off, Jack just walked over there to her in private and was like, well, you made it look good. This is all part of the plan. They went home and then they started talking about what happened. And I'm like, ain't nobody get busted.
Right. And didn't it kind of seem like Victor was going to bust them?
Right. That's what the spoilers were making it look like, that he was the one that was going to bust them. They exposed themselves. Exactly, Jenna. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But,
Mm-hmm.
it's out in the open now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she fired this boy. The look on his face, I'm like, what did he expect? I mean, Victor has loyalty to his family. He has made that abundantly clear.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was he expecting? He was never a Newman. I mean, quiet as is kept, he didn't even want Kyle to be with any of his granddaughters either.
Well, you know
So,
what? That's why I said Lily and Kyle's in the same situation. Kyle went through this before a couple of years ago, and Victor told him you need to go back to your family.
yep,
And then
he
you
sure
turn
did.
around and come right back over here 2, 3 years later, and you're back in the same situation all over again.
Yep, I agree. But it's his own way. So I
Yeah.
don't feel bad for him whatsoever.
So then the wedding ends, and then there's somebody crashing outside the ranch, and obviously we know that that's Phyllis and Sharon. But before that, Phyllis get this crazy text message talking about I'm ready to confess. And so the girl is just like, oh, because she was sitting with Daniel, and Daniel was like, what's going on? And she was like, oh, nothing. I got somewhere I need to be. She takes off. She kept getting these back to back to back texts, and now she's distracted. And then she crashes off into a tree because she got ran off the road. Sharon has somebody flashing her in the back of her car. I don't even know how Sharon ended up where she was, though. Does that make sense? Because so if you remember, what's that? That was Wednesday. That was the end of Wednesday's episode. The light was flashing toward Phyllis, right? Bree, you still there? Did I lose Bree? I think I lost Bree. Hold on, she'll be back, you guys. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get her back. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Oh, there she go. What happened, girl?
I was kicked out.
Oh.
I was talking, I got kicked out. Like, how dare you?
It wasn't me.
Very sweet.
It was silence. I'm like, are you there?
No, I know it's not you. I'm like, my goodness.
Did you hear any of what I was saying?
I heard you were talking about Diane. I heard that part.
I was talking about the crash.
Yeah, the crash with Phyllis.
Okay, so when she left Daniel, she was headed to Sharon because of the confession she got in that text message or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
However, I'm trying to figure out how Sharon ended up where she was because somebody was in the back of her, flashing her, and then Phyllis, however, the lights were flashing in front of her, where of course she got distracted and ran to a tree. What happened with why did Sharon crash? Do you remember?
To be honest, I thought from what she was talking about on Friday, she said she blacked out and then she found out she crashed. So I think once she blacked out, she ran into a tree. Mm-hmm. And maybe thinking that she hit Phyllis or something. That's where it was a little kind of weird when she did that whole explanation to Nick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, because she kept saying she blacked out behind the wheel. Okay. And then we got that little pivot scene where we saw Jordan go back to that dingy hotel. Mm-hmm. And saying like, oh, it's done. Mm-hmm. So maybe Jordan was a distraction and caused the accident with those two because Chance said there's tire marks. So the assumption it was Sharon. But the way that the scene looked, it was like Sharon was far away from Phyllis, I thought.
So, but okay, then I'm wondering who was flashing Sharon behind her though, because remember somebody was flashing her from behind, and she looked up in the mirror like, who is that? So I'm wondering if maybe it was Jordan flashing her and she went around. I guess we'll figure it out. But I like mysteries like this. That's why I'm so intrigued. I'm curious to see because obviously we know Jordan and Ian, that was revealed at the end of the episode that the two of them are back.
And we all were wrong.
All wrong. Girl, I did a whole standalone video that morning talking about who unalived Heather. And I had everybody from, I brought up your suggestion with Lucy. I brought up Daisy, which I've been talking about for a while, even through Sheila Carter, the ex boyfriend. And of course, Sharon was always a thought. None of us was right. Ian Ward and Jordan.
Did anybody predict that? I'm just curious.
Mm-mm.
Like, this is just insane. And your breakdown on how those two tie in to Phyllis, Sharon, and Heather made perfect sense.
Because everybody was confused. And when you go back, way back in history, both, first of all, let me, somebody text me, all roads lead to Victor. But on that same pathway, there are other people that they want to get revenge on. Paul is one of those people, and I talked about this and I broke it down. You were listening live when I broke that down yesterday, right? Yeah. Okay. So wait a minute, cause I wrote out a whole chart trying to explain it. Let me see if I still got that paper. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Let me see. Yep, I got it. Okay, so Ian Ward had a lot of enemies that or people that he wanted to get revenge on. Paul is one of them. In regards to the whole thing with Nikki, Dylan, Paul, in order to stick it to Paul, why not take out his daughter? Okay. Then we had Sharon. Mariah was in a cult. And of course, he forced her into a marriage with him. And now that she's all out of that, it's because if I go through this detail by detail, we'll be here all night. But
but
we can touch on it. But yeah, Sharon, Mariah was in that whole cult with Ian Ward, who she was forced to marry. And of course, she also did some deeds for him when she got here, besides the whole gaslighting, because Victor used her too. But he probably did not like the fact that he lost his young bride. So, I mean, obviously he's sticking to Sharon. And then there's Phyllis. And so when Gina Tognani was playing Phyllis, she didn't know who Ian Ward was when she met him in the woods. But then when she found out, she ratted him out. And of course, he wasn't happy about that either. Now, the common enemy that both Jordan and Ian has is Victor Newman. And so they want to try to look, you scratch your back, I'll scratch mine, or I'll scratch yours. And hey, we need to take care of these people up here first till we make our way down to Victor. Yep.
Yeah. These were the last people I predicted, and Victor is slipping. How you let this woman get out of maximum security? She left your dungeon, and Michael's also slipping. How is it you ensure that there's no way for her to get out? But yet she's able to walk around freely with spray painted hair and able to just hop in and out of the hotels, just like looking like new money. Hey, Jay Money, speaking of which.
Hey, Jay.
But this right here, I was not predicting at all. Like in J Money, we were talking about it all morning before the episode aired. This was insane, but once again, great twist by what's his name, Josh Griffin. This was an incredible pivot because we weren't expecting this. Same way we weren't expecting Sharon to make her confession either. this was just, this blew my mind. But I can't wait to see what happens with them. And I feel they will be dragging this out to February sweeps. And I think Nick is going to try to save the day. But before that, this woman made a whole confession to Nick. Were you expecting her to come out with the truth?
I thought maybe she was going to try to finesse him, but she put it all out there.
And he was lost for words.
Mm-hmm.
And he tried, and also like a little, kind of did the same thing on Monday too, but he didn't want to believe anything she had to say. She's like, there's no way. Not my Sharon. Not you. You could never do something like this. She's like, no. And she broke down everything from start to finish about her wanting to try to unalive Daniel, about her trying to pin the unaliving of Heather on him, like everything. Mm-hmm. I was floored. Mm-hmm. Floored as a viewer.
And she thinks she was the one that ran into Phyllis.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, are you going to call Chance? You should call Chance. Like, and at first, until I watched Monday's episode, I'm like, Nick, don't you simp out. Don't you do it. But Monday's episode, I was pleasantly surprised by from start to finish of everything.
I hope Kyle. I think he got a realization about Victor, but now I'm hoping that Claire talk him down about fixing this thing with his parents.
Talk him down?
Because she was like, it's time for you to let it go.
Do you think he should get revenge?
I think he needs to go and fix this situation with his parents.
What do you think's going to happen? Because we saw in the previews that Victor's going to give Diane glissade.
Yeah, but I've seen the spoilers, though. Did you see the spoilers?
No.
Okay. I think he going to double-cross Diane. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Where did I see that at? Yeah, on Tuesday, the 19th. Victor proves that he's still the ultimate chess master when he gains the upper hand against Diane.
Oh, Lord.
So, she ain't out the woods yet. She thinks she got glissade, but I have a feeling he's probably, because he ain't stupid, he probably going to realize that he's been played.
Or do you think Kyle's going to run to Victor?
Knowing him and his bratty behind, he probably would, just to destroy it all. But if Kyle was smart, he would get on board with his parents. Because think about it like this, and we don't know if this is going to happen, you guys, but Kyle now should see the light that Victor was using him to stick it to his father, which he did see, right? But then he could still be able to take control of glissade. If his mom is like, it's mine, and figure out a way to get that company up under the Jabot umbrella and let Kyle run it, easy peasy, problem solved. That's how they need to figure out a way to do this, which will make everybody on the Abbott side very happy, because Kyle could still keep glissade, but it'll now be under the Jabot umbrella if his mom is able to figure out a way to get it over there. You know what I mean? What you think?
I mean, basically, glissade would go back to Jabot like it was from the beginning. So Tucker and Ashley pulled glissade basically for no reason, if they were to go with that route. But oh, this is such messiness. And the thing is, Victor doesn't care about glissade. He doesn't care about that company.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do with a cosmetic company? It's just an acquisition to him. Yeah.
Like, originally, I thought he was going to give that to Victoria, same way he did with Brash and Sassy. But it if anybody who's heard or like watched Y&R back in the day, Victoria had a cosmetic company called Brash and Sassy.
Mm-hmm.
But he took this opportunity that Audra presented him, by the way, and threw a bunch of money at it and ran with it.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, he doesn't care about it. He's just collecting company after company after company. He got Newman, he got Lasan, now he has Chancellor.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, this right here, and this makes me wonder what's going to end up happening once the Ian Ward and Jordan thing comes out. Like, I wonder if, like, they're going to try to attack his businesses, or I don't know. I mean, it so much is up in the air for November sweeps, and I absolutely love it. I love how we were able to have a discussion and have like all these different questions, because where is this all going to lead to? I can't predict the next episode from the next, and it's just I don't know.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know what the end game for Victor is. I mean, I don't get it. He got Billy out. That's one thing.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering, we kind of talked about this yesterday, because, I mean, they stuck it to Paul by taking out Heather. Abby was in discussion.
Yes. I was thinking that too.
You know.
Yeah. That would devastate a lot of families. That would devastate the Newmans, the Abbotts, the Winters.
Mm-hmm.
This would, like, leading into 2025, because I saw that short haircut when they were filming the Christmas stuff, or like when they did that quiz thing and they saw the Christmas tree and stuff in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So at least I know that she stays on a little past Christmas.
Yeah, I know, but you do realize that they already have the Christmas decorations up now, even on the episodes that's being out right now.
That is true. Oh my goodness, what's about to happen to Abby?
Yeah, because Society, I think some of the scenes I've seen, like when Phyllis was at Society and stuff, they got the Christmas trees and stuff up already.
Yeah.
But her haircut, though.
Yep.
You know, so I'm wondering, with her putting that pronouncement out the other day, I'm wondering if something's going to happen around Christmas.
And also, I want to say that Melissa Ordway, she said that, well, she kind of clarified that she's not off the show. Well, she could have just said that she's reoccurring, which, I mean, is nothing new or different. We know actors are reoccurring. I mean, Chance, the actor who plays Chance, Connor Floyd, he was reoccurring in that change. Like, we know it fluctuates. But as of right now, there's different things they can really do in regards to the Jordan Ian storyline. Something that unfortunately could happen to Abby, just to stick it to Victor.
Mm-hmm. And so what if they put her in a coma or something and Victor have to ship her off to a specialist overseas or something?
Or they could brainwash this girl. Like, anything is possible. And Jordan is mad.
Mm-hmm.
She like he had her in a dungeon with the stenches and the Brussels sprouts. She mad, and then he sent her away to maximum security. There is no telling what she's about to cook up against Victor.
My question is, how did the two of them, first, how did she get out of a maximum security prison, and how did these two get to know each other? How did they connect? Her and Ian.
They like brainwashing people, apparently.
But I'm saying, how did they even come across each other? I mean, did they meet somewhere in prison, or did they seek the other person out because they have a mutual hatred for Victor? I need a backstory.
Me too. Like, like, could they have dated? Are they together now? Do you think Claire knows Ian? Like,
I mean,
there's just a bunch of different questions I have, and I cannot wait
to find it.
for the rest of this rollout.
And that's what a sweeps month is supposed to do to the viewers. Keep you on your toes, asking questions, all the different moving parts, the situation with Jill and Lily and Kyle and his parents and Victor and Chancellor and the stuff with Sharon and Phyllis and the confession and accidents, and it's just so many moving parts going on YNR, and that's what Sweeps Months is about.
Yeah, and if anyone's seen the Mondays episode, they're continuing on week 3, and it's like non-stop. Like, I cannot wait for Tuesday's episode. I cannot wait to see what the rest of the week is going to fall out. And unfortunately, this is where Bold has kind of dropped the ball.
Yep.
Absolutely. In comparison to last year, we had the Eric storyline. We were hoping, okay, this is going to be like a complete, turn of events with what they're going to do for 2024 in November. And we got rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
And then Carter being foolish. And for crimes of passion. And he hit it once. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what we're getting for November sweeps.
Oh, that is right, Amaya. Amaya said that Ed Scott came back because he's an executive producer now, too, which is Melody Scott's husband.
Nice. See, like, when they got their contract extension for 4 years, they are working it. I'm like, maybe because everyone's able to relax, they know they don't have to worry about like the contract renewal for a couple years, so they're able to really roll out some incredible storylines. I mean, they got Emmy reels. Mm-hmm. These actors, like, there's plenty of actors we can think of who got Emmy reels just based off of the storylines. And just everything is just exciting to watch on YNR. And keep in mind, like you were saying months back, people used to be tuning into Bold and not YNR. Now it's a complete reverse.
Yep. Wait a minute. Oh, that's right. They are going on a honeymoon. Belinda said, I believe that there's going to be a plane crash while Devon and Abby are on their way to their honeymoon destination.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm telling you, something's going to happen with Abby. For her to be making that announcement like that, whether she's off or recurring, she's not, why would you marry this girl in this big old wedding as the focal point of the sweeps, the focal point of the 13,000 episode, only to pretty much put her in the shadows? Something's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I didn't think of that. Wow.
Maybe she'll go missing. Oh my God, Abby's missing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh wow, that is. Whew, oh my gosh. This is going to be insane. And then that could lure Lily back over to Winter if something were to happen to Abby and Devon and try to run the company and take over. Mm-hmm. Make sure everything runs smoothly until they find her brother. Like, oh my goodness. There are so many moving parts with that.
Here's the interesting thing. Her message is kind of cryptic, though, because she said, that I'm off contract, but I'll be in other capacities. But then she also say, I'll always come back if they welcome me back. So are you gone or are you not going? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because why would you say I'll always come back if they'll welcome me back if you're not really gone? That is something. That's just weird to me.
Yeah, because normally they would just announce and say, "Oh, this person's on reoccurring status."
Yeah. Well, Tanner Novlin said that he was done, and you see where it happened. He's back, and Sheila and Kimberlin said the same thing. But I don't know. But Bold is notorious for that.
I
Y and
agree.
R. When Y and people leave Y and R, they usually leave.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is just insane. Oh, J Money. What did you say, J Money?
Everyone,
He
tell
said it's
Bree go read your comment. Read his comment, girl.
says it's obvious Hope got that magic good that you got my what?
He's so silly.
Says Carter is willing to risk it all for her after hitting it one time. Look, it ain't that special because even Liam was like going back and forth between her and Steffi. So clearly she's not all that special.
Uh,
And he did that for 10 years. She ain't that special.
mm-mm.
And she knows she's not. That's why she got mad when the man wasn't able to forgive her when she stepped out. And it's the same reason why after Thomas proposed for like the umpteenth time, he went away to go to Paris, and they thought about her since. She's not that special.
He said
And on
read.
top,
He said read the comment specifically to you.
where?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see.
Let
What
me
is he
see.
talking about? Yeah,
I
he
don't.
said everyone tell Bree to go read my comment to her.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I don't know. You might have to retype it again, or maybe just jump on the live and say.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
dang.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's not special. She's not. She's not. She's
Oh,
not.
he says that she ain't special as you are.
I know that. I'm just
Oh
playing
my
with
god.
you, Jay. But see, we make jokes about Bold. We didn't even have anything to really go off on for November sweeps at Bold. We got that out the way early, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Redneck
just
said on Y&R we can actually have a great discussion on bowl. All the fans do is argue.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't know what's going to happen with Bold in the next couple of months. I mean, like we're about to finish this year out, and this is November sweeps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I really love the show. Like, I watch the old episodes, but this is
You know
all
what,
we're
Bree? It
getting.
it seems like they don't know what to come up with over there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the upheavals of letting people go when you cut Wyatt, you cut Quinn, you cut Krista, then you bring back Rebecca, then Thomas is in and out. It's like, can you keep good care? Because, I mean, I liked Krista. I liked Thomas. Wyatt was cool, just take him out of his purple suit and put him on something else. But my thing is, they can't figure out what to do. When you already have one young couple, you sent that over throughout the whole month of September. It came to a hill. And then you bring another new one on, and we're trying to get used to them. And then you got this crazy writing for Carter. It's just like it's all over the place.
Yeah. And what did Redneck say? He said, read his comment. I think she did. She said on YNR we can have actual discussion on both. We argue. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what T just said. It's I don't understand what the next action is going to be. Like even with Luna coming back, I'm like, unless she's out of prison and ready to wreak havoc on everybody, I don't know what I'm looking forward to. And that just sucks as a viewer. Like I miss the people that they let go. I miss like Dewan was saying, like that's his Taylor. It's my Taylor too, but like we try to give like storylines and like actors like everything a chance, but like what. They gotta give us something we can sink our teeth into. Same way they've done with Y&R.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah, Y&R is on point this year on this sweeps month. It is on point, and I just think this is just the beginning because we thought we were coming to an end with the Sharon thing because it had been going on, beginning with Faith and Lucy back in May or June.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the 30th anniversary for Sharon, the 30th anniversary for Phyllis, and then we was like, okay, are we gonna wrap this up? It's been going on for a while, only to throw in Ian and Jordan. Cause that blackout, I knew it was something about her blacking out, waking up, and cause Heather was still alive at that point.
Yeah.
So I know all of us was like, somebody else did this. And sure enough, they threw these two in there. And now it's
And
the beginning of more stuff. Go ahead, girl.
you know what I just thought of? They're back in that sleazy motel that Sharon was at. Do you think they could have followed Sharon over to where she went over to Heather's house?
Cause didn't she went to Heather's house directly from the motel, right?
Yep.
They could have.
And like she went back to that hotel too after she finished doing what she was doing.
Yep.
Like,
I
like
have.
there's so many different.
Go ahead, girl.
I was gonna say there's so many ways they could spin this. They could have like took pictures of her dumping the body, like everything. Anything is possible now.
Mm-hmm. And that octopus, whose fingerprints are on it? That octopus is going to be telling.
Yeah.
Because unless they took Sharon's hand and put her. Oh, hey, Keish.
Hi, I'm driving. Sorry if it's like noise in the background.
Okay, you know what? I know you got some things to say. Who you talking about, YNR or Carter?
What? Wait, what are you guys talking about?
Well, we was talking about YNR right now, but because we
Oh,
got
okay.
Bold out the way, because you know what, Keish, we only spent 38 minutes on Bold.
That's a record.
I know.
And the Sophies are done with Bold. They're over
They were
it. They're not.
telling us to move on. They were so aggravated with this week, as bad as I was. What did Go
What
ahead and
was
say
the?
what you wanted to say.
I was just gonna ask what the biggest complaint was.
It was boring.
Well, other than that, obviously, it was boring for sure. But were there any other like complaints?
Well, just how the storyline is written and the way Carter is, doing all of this, putting his signature on that LLC for,
Oh yeah, breaking
for
the law.
yeah, for hope and all this kind of stuff. It makes him look pathetic.
Yeah, he does look pretty pathetic right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'd say my biggest complaint, I'm not going to like do a deep dive or anything like that, but my biggest annoyance with this storyline has been the the blatant like rewriting of history on
Yep.
this, because we all know that the Logan women have not been undervalued at that company. That is like the biggest load of crap that they've written in this storyline. And we also know that Carter has not been undervalued as well. Because we all remember when Steffi offered him the co-CEO position and he turned it down.
Yep.
And we all have heard Steffi and Eric and Rich talk about how grateful they are to have Carter on their team and all that other stuff. So the Logans have always been undervalued. She never has anybody in her corner. Meanwhile, the entire cast is Team Hope. And the only people that are supporting Steffi are the ones that don't work at Forrester Creations. And Ridge is like reluctantly doing it because he questions it. Like every time it's just him and Steffi, he questions whether or not they're doing the right thing. So,
who supports Steffi?
That's what I'm saying. Ridge is reluctantly supporting what Steffi is doing right now with her firing Hope.
Yeah, and you saw Eric today too, right?
Yeah, we all knew Eric was not. He wasn't gonna be on board.
How you
It was.
feeling? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say it was a shock that Ridge is giving her as much support as he is, because he will like outwardly say I'm supporting my daughter's decision, and like when he's talking to Carter, even when he's talking to Brooke, I gave him like a half of a point for when he checked Brooke on the whole. Her and Steffi are the same, or they're equals, or something like that. And it's like, no, Steffi's a CEO. They're not even close to being the same. I gave him like a half a point for the way that he stood up for his daughter in that situation, but just when he talks to Steffi, it's like, oh, this is hard on Brooke, this is hard on Hope, and it's like, were you doing all that, like you like to say, simping when you fired your daughter, or when you all fired your son? Because I feel like he did that with ease. But, yeah.
And Steffi has to constantly ask her daddy, like, you're on my side, right? You're not going to change your mind, right?
Yeah, that's sad that she has to do that, because she doesn't believe that her father will stick beside her. And he's probably won't, once they find out that her and Carter, are dating, and that was all for Carter and it wasn't for Finn. He probably will find an excuse to jump on Brooke and Hope's side.
What did you think about the word salad earlier this week?
With who?
Taylor.
I don't even remember.
It's her going through that whole episode trying to explain that,
wait, in her conversation with Brooke?
Yes.
I barely remember the conversation, but my biggest annoyance with that conversation was Brooke was going to Taylor about her feelings about Ridge, and bringing up that whole the meditation, the chakra thing that she did with Ridge, and it's like, why are you talking to her about this and not your boyfriend, who set this whole thing up? He was the one that literally set that whole situation up and participated in it. But she keeps going to Taylor and questioning her about her feelings for Ridge. Why does it matter what Taylor feels about Ridge? Because Ridge doesn't want her. And Taylor isn't making any moves on him.
Yeah, but we were talking about this earlier, Key. She went through all that talking about how she would love him, and I gotta follow my heart and all this that kind of stuff, and it's like, you still want that man. She nearly collapsed on the floor when she saw the man kissing Brooke.
I felt like that. I kind of felt like Taylor was messing with her in that scene. I felt like she was, I don't know. I felt like she was purposely like trying to get under Brooke's skin. But I mean, I do hope that they just let Taylor let him go, because this is ridiculous.
It sure is.
And she looks like an idiot if she tries to like go after him again.
Yep, I agree. How you feel
or
about?
Even I was gonna say, or even if, let's say she doesn't, and this whole thing that's going on with Steffi and Hope puts a wedge in between them, and Ridge does what he does, and moseys on over to Taylor and starts talking to her about how much he misses her, like he did the last time he was mad at Brooke. Like, I hope that if that happens and he does that, I would hope that Taylor, kind of put her shield up because of what happened last time.
Right.
But they don't even bring that up. So
yeah. How you feel about Will and Electra?
They're cute. I feel like they could have stretched it out a little bit more before they already started diving into how much they like one another. It's the same mistake I feel like they made with Luna and RJ, where they had them fall in love, and instead of having Luna kind of play the field with RJ and Zendaya, or RJ and whoever, they just immediately put them in a relationship.
Gotcha.
So I was hoping they wouldn't do that with the two of them, but
What
if
about
they are.
Deacon and Finn's conversation?
Um, I,
You know,
it was
remember?
annoying because
Oh.
because Deacon, everybody tries to put Finn in the position to basically go against his wife, and I don't understand. I guess I don't understand what they expect Finn to do.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they think that he can talk to Steffi and get her to change her mind, but I don't know why they would think that would work, and it would do nothing but put her at odds with her husband.
Exactly.
Because it would just be him basically defending Hope, and it's like your daughter is not. It, this is Deacon and Brooke both feel like Hope should be the most important person in everybody's lives. So it was just so ridiculous to me that when Finn was talking about how he's always going to be there for his wife comes first, mother of his kids, blah, blah. And then Deacon's response was, well, you were there for Hope at one time too. Like, it's not the same, Deacon. You
Right.
can't expect him to put Hope on the same level as his wife.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
And that's why their daughter is so delusional too. That's why she doesn't know how to process rejection.
Yep. She's entitled.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you had a pretty good summary of it, girl. What you got on Y&R? Because there was so many moving parts. Were you expecting Ian and Jordan?
No, I was hoping that it was going to be Lucy or Daisy, or both of them together. Definitely not expecting Ian and Jordan.
What about what happened with Lily and the egg she got on her face? Her and Kyle.
I don't feel bad for Kyle. I don't feel bad for Billy. I don't even feel bad for Jill. Because Jill gave Billy all that power when she clearly did not trust him to run that company effectively. So I don't know why she even did that.
Mm-hmm.
If you had this much concern about your son to where you felt like you had to sell your company, then it was pointless for her to even give him the role that she did. She should have just left it with Lily.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I always get a little annoyed with some of the business storylines because I feel like they go in circles or they make some stupid decision that's just going to be reversed in a couple of months.
So, how are you feeling about the sweeps for Y&R this year? Are you excited about it, or you just think it's kind of?
I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not like, oh man. Like, I was let down with the reveal of who actually killed Heaven.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was just not, it was underwhelming to me.
Really? Bree, you
Yeah.
still there?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I guess
I
maybe
guess
it was because,
uh-huh.
Maybe it was because I had my heart set on it being Daisy or Lucy. Because I wanted Lucy to be, like, insane. But, yeah, just, I don't know. It was just like the air was let out of the balloon and it was revealed that
Wow.
it was.
So you on the opposite side of the spectrum than we on, because we trying to figure out how they get out, and what's next, and so you like, it ain't terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I guess when we get the rest of the story, maybe I'll change my mind. But it was just right now, it's just like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay. What did you think about the wedding?
I thought the wedding was nice. I liked everybody's dresses. I liked some of the suits the men had on, like Devon and Nate. I like Jack's suit. I like how it was a different color than just the normal black and white tux.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Audra's dress. I thought her dress was beautiful, and I thought that color on Summer in her dress I thought was really pretty as well. I also liked Lily's dress.
Oh, okay.
I like that purple.
Yeah.
Lily and Victoria both looked, I don't know, they were both really pretty.
You see how they distorted that spoiler where they said that Diane and Jack was gonna get busted when Actually, they just told on themselves to Kyle at home.
Did that happen on today's episode?
That was today when they told him that they, well, they got it, the rest of it is on Monday. But
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm just about to watch the very end of the episode. Then I mean, I saw them talking at the party, and Diane was kind of like, I don't know how much longer I can do it, and Jack was telling her to just hold out a little bit longer. But I didn't. I guess I didn't get to the part where they got home and talked to Kyle and told him what they did or what they were doing.
Wow. Yeah. So we're trying to
Did it?
figure. Go ahead.
Did it cut off at that point
Yeah. Let's
after they
go.
told him?
We get the rest of it on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the full story. What you got, Bree? You wanted to say something?
No, I was gonna, and then he goes into like a whole hissy fit after they break everything down, and Claire was trying to knock some sense into him, basically, but it was really mainly that, and then Sharon continuing her confession. It was just like, for me, I absolutely love the sweeps. Like it's like night and day for both, but every day like has like kept me guessing, and I can't even predict what's going to happen on the next episodes.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to, like, I want to see Tuesday's episode like as soon as possible.
And then and then we're trying to see with the, with Melissa Orway announcing, that she's off contract, especially after just getting married. I have a feeling that, we could be wrong, however they're going to do it. But I have a feeling that Ian, and in order to stick it to Victor, could it be possible that Ian and Jordan end up doing something to Abby?
Yeah. There was I'm sorry.
Oh, I wasn't anything.
I forget who said it in the chat, but someone had brought up like the fact that Devon and Abby are going to go on their honeymoon. Maybe something happens to their plane on their way to the honeymoon, like, and then Abby goes missing. The kind of like tie in with the fact that Melissa Ordway is going to be, I guess, off contract. We don't know when that officially started, but like either which way, like like Josh Griffin really is knocking it out the park with the writing. I gotta give it to him. This is far interesting, and the fans are more interested in YNR than Bold right now.
Yeah, when you got somebody like Red Nax who came to this channel for only the bold and the beautiful, because originally he was like, I don't know if I could really get into YNR, and he was telling us tonight that he don't want to hear nothing about bold, that he only wants us to talk about YNR. They must be doing something this sweeps month.
Yeah, and he said that he only started watching Bold a couple years ago because of his girlfriend, now wife.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that really is.
I like the whole Sharon side of that story, because Sharon Case has been killing it with the whole mental illness thing that she's going through. So that part of the story has been entertaining. I've enjoyed that side of it. It was just the reveal of who the killers were that it was just like it wasn't what I wanted. So maybe I'm just being a brat about it, because it wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Look, I was wrong too. I thought it was all Lucy. I like me and J Money were going. We were having a whole like discussion, and then T put out the standalone video, and then next thing you know, they revealed that it was Jordan and Ian. It was like, oh, we were all wrong.
Oh yeah, we was like, I was floored. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
I can't even remember how Ian left the show the last time that he was on. Like, I don't remember.
Did he go to jail?
I don't know.
I gotta look that up. When he left, when was the last time he was actually on the show? Was it when Jenna Taknani was here?
Honestly, I don't even remember, because I don't even remember what the storyline was for his exit,
Oh,
or
okay.
what was going on.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find your comment, Redneck, because I want to make sure I get the right one. He says, T and Bree, please read my comment. My fan club doesn't allow me to take a break, so I'm asking for your permission.
I, though, as far as Abby is concerned, I don't think that they're going to do anything dramatic to her. I feel like they're probably just going to do like what they did with Chance, when they pulled him down to recurring, where he was just here and there on every once in a while, until I feel like it changed when they switched him back to being a cop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they have changed his contract or not, or if it just so happens that right now, because of the storyline, he's just getting a little more screen time. But I just feel like we'll just see her every once in a while. I don't know. I don't have the feeling that they're going to do something dramatic for her character to go missing or anything like that.
Yeah, well,
We just ain't gonna see her. Kind of like how Mariah and Tessa are, where they just pop up here and there.
yeah, but I mean, they still on contract. They're just recurring. She was like, that
She said she's recurring too.
when did she say that?
That video that I put in the group chat, she explained herself. Because she was getting getting a lot of messages about the previous video where she said she was taken off contract, and then she posted another video, and she said that she felt like she had to explain a little more. And she said her character isn't gone, she's just not going to be around as much. She's on recurring status or something like that.
I'm wondering if they make her backtrack because of what she put in her stories.
Yeah.
I don't know, but somebody was saying that she was shooting Christmas episodes with her short hair.
Well, the thing is, in her stories, she had put in there that she was off contract and that, if Y&R would have her back, she would love to come back. Let me see if I still have it in my phone. Hold on one second. Where's that at? I hope I didn't get rid of it. I probably did. I got so many pictures in my phone from the show. You still have it?
I want to make sure. No, I was going to read Redneck's comment.
Oh,
I think
this
is the one that he's referring to. He said, I love to see the real Foresters back. I want to make sure I'm reading the right one. He agrees with Aditha Lee, but he said he's done with Bold. It's nothing but a bag of nonsense.
A bag of nonsense.
I was wondering if Sharon read the right one.
She said, honestly, it's been an interesting couple of months. The show decided to take me off contract, so I decided to change up my look a bit for auditions. Definitely not something I wanted. I love and respect my Y&R family and appreciate any time that they ask me back. That's what she put in her stories yesterday. So I'm wondering.
And then she posted a video that's on her actual page that explained that she's not.
Right, I saw it. I put it in the Facebook group. I'm wondering if they ask her to backtrack that because that's two different. That's two conflicting stories. So
I don't really feel like it's conflicting because when you're on recurring status, isn't it you're just coming in and shooting when they're asking you to come in and shoot?
When somebody say definitely not something that I wanted, but I love and respect my Y&R family, and I appreciate any time that they ask me back.
Yeah, whenever I'll appreciate any time they want me to come in and shoot. So I guess I didn't take that as. To me, it makes sense with her being recurring because they're going to call her whenever they want her to come in and shoot an episode or a scene or whatever. But she's not, like, her character isn't gone for good.
I guess
her character isn't off the show for good.
Yeah, I guess we'll see where they're going to go with this because after having such a big wedding and making her the focal point of the 13,000 episode, to now fade her in the background, if that's what they're doing with being on recurring status, none of that made sense.
Mm-hmm. That's why I don't give JG that much credit right now because I feel like he does a lot of dumb stuff.
Well, this is what I'll say. Like the way I took what Melissa said is because the thing is, they would announce when their actors are reoccurring. They didn't do that. They specifically said she was off contract, and on top of that, she says she's auditioning. So there's nothing, I guess, upcoming for that actress. And she also said the character is not gone. Didn't mean anything in regards to her.
I guess I'm just taking her at her word. She said she's on recurring status, and I guess I'm going to believe what she's saying.
Well,
she said both times. It's what it is. That's why it sounds conflicted. Where everybody was like, "Oh my God, we hate to see you go," because what she put in her stories made it seem final. Versus now her backtracking in her video, where it's like, "Oh wait, whoa, 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 whoa!" It's like, girl, don't put none of your stories like that.
And you got permission, Redneck. That I read that. He says, "Can I stop commenting on Bold for a while with your permission because my fan club doesn't allow me to?" Look, there's nothing to really even comment on about Bold.
I know, right?
You're off the hook for a while, and if we summon you for jury duty, you have no choice but to comment.
Gail said, "Ladies, do you want to bring Paul Williams and Dylan back?"
Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up. Yes. Do not, the writers, producers, CBS, do not bring this man up every chance you get and then bring up the whole stuff about Ian Ward and his issue with Paul and Nikki and the fact that he wants to get revenge on the children if you're not bringing this man back. Or at least recast him. Bring Doug Davidson back. It's already like messed up. He couldn't even grieve his own daughter.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
Those are those dumb choices that I was talking about that JG makes. Because why was Lucy not at her mother's service?
Right.
They sent her away and they didn't even think to bring her back for Heather's funeral.
Yeah, that was a big question mark. That didn't make sense to me. Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about that. What was that, a couple weeks ago or last week?
Yeah, when they did the service.
Right.
Like, it's stop bringing up Paul if you're not going to bring up Paul. But if you're bringing in and looping in this Ian Ward thing, at least for the fans, like it makes absolutely no sense. All of this stuff is surrounding his daughter, and he's not there.
Right.
You guys said that he just had a heart attack over in Portugal, and he couldn't make it. So this is his. If they're looping in all this stuff, bring him back. Bring Dylan back. She had no family except for Daniel's family at her service. Mm-hmm. She has a whole mother that was not even mentioned.
Yeah, that part right there, that didn't make sense. It didn't make sense that the key players, and especially if Ian is sticking it to Paul by taking his daughter out, Paul should be somewhere around this storyline or on the show.
Even Doug Davison had commented about the fact that they were talking about him. He says, like, well, I guess there's great health care over in Portugal, apparently. I just had a whole heart attack. Like, he even brought that up because the fans are going to this man's page. It's like, hey, are you coming back? Like, that's unfair, for one, to the actor who's been playing Paul for years. And wouldn't it make more sense to really tie in the whole Ian Ward and Jordan storyline if you actually bring back Paul so he can figure out what happened to his own child?
You would think. It must be some seriously bad blood behind the scenes with him, and yeah. Because y'all going through all of this surrounding Paul, but you won't bring Paul back.
Right. Heather had no family. Her mother is alive and well. She has a brother who they can write him to come out of witness protection.
Yeah, Dylan
And
is her brother. Mm-hmm.
and then you had Lucy, who did a celebration at a concert, but couldn't be able to come back to like let her, to say goodbye to her mother. But Faith and Nick were there. Please make that make sense.
I know, right? Oh, Lord, child, girl. Anyway, did you have anything else on Young and the Restless, Keish? I think you kind of touched on a lot of different things, but Y&R was like to you anyway, so.
Yeah, I don't want to be that harsh. I'm exaggerating. I'm just mad about the whole it not being Lucy.
Oh, okay.
But I don't really have anything else. I enjoyed watching Diane tell Kyle that he was fired, though. I think that was my favorite
Even
thing that
though it
happened
was
this
a
week.
farce, huh?
Mhm.
It
Kyle
was
get
well
on your
deserved.
nerves, huh?
Yeah, he does.
He got fired twice from two different companies by his mother.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And just the fact that he went to Victor and was like, I showed you all this loyalty and blah blah blah, and I'm like, this is Victor Noonan. You know how Victor operates. You've seen him screw over your father before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why you're shocked. He does
Mm.
this to his own family. Like, why did you think you were special?
Yeah. Mr. Newman.
Yeah, and I mean, we were saying this earlier, Keish, how just about 2, 3 years ago, maybe even longer, Victor told him to go back to his family before.
Yep,
And
sure did.
and he thought this time was gonna be different.
Actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was 2023. This is when Audra was over at Newman Media.
Was that last year? I thought it was like
I almost want to say that was last year because it was short lived because she was trying to bring him on and Victor had shut it down. Somebody shut that down because Nikki ended up working over there and taking over the company. Yeah. It was 2023 when it happened. But even still, he knew better. He knew about Victor's tactics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he knows about the feud between him and his dad. Like that, like, come on.
Right. You couldn't be that blind. Mm-mm. Yep, so all right. You got anything else, Bree, on it? You're done? You got it all out for Weiner?
Yeah, I can't wait to put some people in the seats.
All right, cool. And you didn't have anything else, Keish? Is she still there?
I think she said she was on the road.
Okay, all right, no worries. All right, so we're gonna do our segments, our flip the script, who's taking seats, star of the week, pick a little week, and the Simp Olympics. So for Y&R, what's your flip the script?
My flip. Well, let's keep it simple because I loved everything that happened. When Audra kept the bouquet, I wish it caught on fire.
Oh, girl, you are a fool.
You really don't like her, do you?
No, I don't.
Oh man. You got a flip, Keish?
My flip would have just been that Chance was at the wedding with Summer.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't have nothing serious.
Yeah, he was saying, oh, that's a good one. Adam should have been there. The whole other Newman family should have been there.
Yeah, it was some missing parties.
Yeah, I think she said Chance was at work or something because he showed up. He was on his way there, in his little tux and stuff when that accident happened. But,
Yep.
Yeah, I just wish that Diane would have got that in writing that company was hers. Victor's word doesn't mean anything.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
That's going to be the okie doke. You caught that one, T. I didn't even think about that.
I mean, because he just went over there to Diane and said, you know what? Glissade is yours, but I need you to do this, that, and the third. And she was like, really? Are you sure it's mine? And he was like, yeah, but you're gonna have to do A, B, C, and D. And I'm like, girl, you better get that in writing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good one. And that's the okey doke she's going to get next week.
Yeah, that's on Tuesday's episode. That's that's what she get. How you think? Oh, Glissade is mine. Yeah, right.
What's supposed to happen Tuesday?
That Victor's gonna get the upper hand on Diane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know why she thought that she was the plan is over. Let me now I got Glissade. He gonna find out about that whether Kyle tells him like Bree was thinking, or where he figure it out on his own and like he ain't giving up nothing.
Yeah, that's pretty goofy of her.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa said Audra is a walking mattress with legs. Exactly, which is why the bouquet should have caught on fire.
Oh
I don't know why Nate was getting all excited about this. Girl blatantly said that she doesn't want to be married. She made that whole speech in front of Abby, Devon, and Lily and Lily had to shut that down real quick.
Yeah, that was she was doing too much. I don't mind Audra. I've grown to like her, but that was unnecessary. Like, why are you raining on their parade? They just got married. They're in love. Just because you don't believe in it, like, don't bring your little Debbie Downer attitude about marriage and love to someone else's wedding and their happy day.
Right. All right. What's y'all flip on bold? Flip the whole week.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I think Taylor should have put Brooke out. It's like, why are we talking about? Like Keish said, go talk to your man about that.
Yeah, I'm tired of Taylor explaining herself to Brooke. It's not her job to make Brooke feel secure about her relationship.
And Taylor we didn't deserve to hear that word salad for an episode and a half either. What you got, Bree?
Well, I actually had two. One, I was hoping that Carter would quit Forrester Creations after that last pitch and go straight to Bill with his idea and have him be the investor for his startup ideas. Or my other flip would have been in Bill, after reading Luna's letter, he heads straight to the prison to visit her.
Yep. Did you have another flip for bold, Keish, or no?
I would say for once, it would have been nice for Eric and Ridge to completely back Steffy up. None of the little waffling or being reluctant to, like how Ridge was about the decision Steffy made. She has never had 100% support from either one of them. And it would have been a nice change to see that actually happen this time instead of them making excuses like they like to do.
If I was Finn, I've been like, don't call me for no mess like that, and walked out on Deacon. He even had to entertain that conversation. For him to actually think that he was like, well, you supported Hope one time, can you support her now? Are you serious, man? Get out of here. You had me come all the way down here to talk about that. By the way, give me a free pizza.
My favorite thing was how Deacon was saying, well, Hope wouldn't do that. And it's like, she did, though. She did it twice. And I wish they would have let Finn. I feel like they're sweeping the whole dressing room thing under the rug, and it's going to be forgotten, like some of the other things that they have done, like with Liam kissing Steffy. And I can't think of another example, but you know how they do something and then they never talk about it again.
Right.
I feel like they're doing that with the dressing room because that would have been the perfect opportunity for Finn to bring that up.
Yep.
And all he did was bring up the kiss. But Deacon and Brooke's opinion and view of Hope is very I don't even know how to explain it. Because the way he was describing her, just like it would be impossible that my daughter would do something like that to you when she literally just did it a month ago.
Right. All right, you got all yours out, Bree?
Yep.
Okay. Who's taking seats on The Young and the Restless?
Devon.
For Mr. Newman.
Mr. Newman, he said this before the wedding and after the wedding. This is your father-in-law. Everybody around you is calling this man Victor. You calling him Mr. Newman still. Still. For
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
Y'all in the same tax bracket. You call Jack Jack. You call your daddy Tucker Tucker. You can call Victor Victor. That's all.
What you got, Keish? Who you got taking seats? Oh, she must have put herself on mute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, where do I want to start? I kind of want to put Jill in a seat, and maybe she'll go on vacation for a while, because I just don't like how she did Billy. And I know Key says she don't feel sorry for him, but I'm like, you get that man that power of yours, only to
Yeah.
take it away. And then you listen to everybody else when Billy technically hadn't done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part. I'm like, girl. And Audra need to take a seat for her dumb comment.
I agree
Yeah.
with those two. Yeah, I deserve the seat for that comment. And I agree with you on Jill. Even though I don't feel sorry for Billy, Jill handled that terribly.
Yes, she did.
She didn't even go and talk to Billy before she decided to have a face-to-face conversation with him before she decided to go talk to Victor and sell her company.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Rednecks. He must be scared of Mr. Newman. He sure is. Mr. Newman, this is your whole father-in-law. Mr. Newman, Rednecks, I know you're married. Do you call...
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No, I was going to say, like, do you call your father-in-law Mr. whatever his last name is? Like, I couldn't imagine.
Mm-hmm.
No, so my brother-in-law calls my father Mr. Williams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's never called him by his first name. He said he doesn't feel comfortable doing that.
What do you call
okay.
But you said that's your brother, you said?
My brother-in-law.
Oh, brother-in-law. Oh, okay.
I can see, like, that I understand, but Devon is in the same tax bracket as Tucker and Jack, and he has no problem calling them by their first name. Mm-hmm. But he's scared, even before he got with Abby. Mr. Newman. Mm-mm. Like, just come on, sir.
Did you give your seats, Bree?
Yeah.
Okay, who's taking the seat on Bold?
Taylor.
Go
and
ahead.
Her heartstrings.
I'm going to say the writers, because this week sucked.
Yep.
What you got, Keish?
I'm going to put Brooke in the seat because she keeps harassing Taylor about her relationship and her boyfriend instead of talking to her boyfriend about her insecurities where Taylor is concerned.
Let me ask you.
Because Ridge is the inappropriate person in that relationship.
Yeah. Are y'all excited about this Remy character?
Who?
Remy.
Is that Nate's brother?
No.
Well, no, that's the stalker.
That's the stalker on Bold. He's like, who is Remy?
I feel like they I don't know. I feel like they brought that in a little too soon. I think we should have been able to get to know Electra first.
Oh, yeah.
Before they introduce the stalker.
Right.
They should have him team up with Luna.
That might be her new boo thing, for all we know. They got a lot in common. And I'm glad you have a great relationship with your father-in-law, Rednecks. But yeah, they can... I didn't know who you were talking about at first.
Oh, Remy. Uh-huh.
Damien.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Damien, yeah.
Yeah, he sure is. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know if anybody's seen the pictures of this man, but he is fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure is. I'm like...
And he's 40.
They should have put him on the Gates, shoot.
I mean, you never know. I mean, but I mean, he gonna heat up Y&R without
I'm
question. He
curious
look
to see
good.
who he as a female, more than likely gonna give him a love interest. I'm wondering who they would put him with. Think
Mm.
Audra will go for him?
I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
that's gonna be what happens is he's gonna start causing problems between Audra and Nate.
What about
And
Lily?
since they're technically not related, mm.
You know what? Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Which one of you wanted to see Nick and Lily together?
Me.
Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this little thing that goes on, and I should play this game with y'all one day. It's called, what was it?
I saw it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Make a sandwich, marry or unalive.
Unalive.
Hmm. I saw that
And
video.
both Nick, well, both Christelle Khalil and Josh Morrow want to make each other sandwiches.
They've been look. They've been they. It's not. They're not even hits at this point. Like they have for years have said that they want Nick and Lily to hook up,
Mm-hmm.
and
But
for whatever reason, the show won't do it.
but you know what? Watching them and how they was actually playing and looking at each other, I'm like, I could see that.
Hmm.
I could see that.
Josh Merrill, like his personality off screen is just, I adore it. It's
Me too.
like it's infectious, like just how he is. But why won't they give those two a chance? Like,
No.
They need to get him away from Sharon. They need to do.
yeah. But he got his cape on though.
It kind of reminds me of how on Bold they never even flirted with the idea of Carter and Steffy. I don't understand why they never gave the two of them a chance instead of constantly having her chasing Liam.
They they ain't gonna do it now.
I'm gonna ask y'all.
Mm-mm.
So who would you unalive? Who would you marry? And who would you make a sandwich with?
On both shows.
Yeah, do one for Y&R first.
I would unalive Billy.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
I would unalive Kyle. I would make a sandwich with Nick, and I would marry Nate.
Wait a minute, you make a sandwich with Nick, but you marry Nate, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about you, Bree?
Ooh, I would unalive Victor with his shenanigans. I would make a sandwich with Adam.
What?
And I might marry Nate. Or actually, no, I'm already going to marry Damien.
Ah! Oh man, I don't know. I would have to get rid of Jordan for good, even though I like Colleen's Inc. But I would unalive Jordan. Oh gosh, who would I marry? And the people that I probably would marry are no longer on the show. But I don't know. I think if I had to pick somebody, God, I wouldn't mind marrying Adam. He has a dark side to him.
Ooh, oh, okay.
Which version of Adam? If you
Oh,
had your
Mark
pick of which
Grossman
version?
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, mine too, with the mustache.
That the Mark Grossman. Oh, you remember when he had that haircut?
The haircut with the mustache. That's the one I was going to like make a sandwich with.
Oh, yeah. Because I know one thing. I need to be around somebody that's just as ruthless as Victor.
Yep.
Because Jack, I couldn't be with him. He's a simp. Yeah. Anyway, Who I would make a sandwich with probably would be Nate.
Oh, okay.
Nate and his abs.
So you flipped. So you basically just flipped what I had.
Yeah, I mean, listen, long term financial strategies, Harvard Business School. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Nate, that's eye candy right there.
Mm, okay.
All right, what about bold? Unalive, marry, make a sandwich.
Ooh.
Huh.
Shut up, J Money.
I don't
We
even want to
gonna.
know what he said.
He said, apparently, I have a dark side too.
I I would. I'm sorry. I went to unalive Carter with his foolishness.
What?
Carter? Didn't
Yes.
expect you to say that.
Look.
Wait a minute. Can
The
I make a
special-
sandwich with Chance too?
Oh,
Oh,
Chance. I forgot
wow.
about
And
Chance.
his hair. I just want to grab it, you know?
We forgot all about that man.
Yeah. I might have to switch
Summer did
my
too.
lineup up.
Yeah, Summer did too. So, but for bold, unalive Carter, I would. I guess I would marry Finn because I know he'll be loyal, and I would make a sandwich with Dollar Bill Spencer.
Whoa, the
Mm.
stallion. Okay. I'm going to have to unalive Hope. Mm-hmm. I would make a sandwich with Thomas, biting scratches and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about Thomas.
She said, uh-huh. And I'll marry Carter, even though he'll probably turn me off because I don't like simps, but you know.
Huh. You know what? Unaliving Hope is a good one. I'm with you on that one. I'd unalive Hope.
Mm-hmm.
I would marry Finn, and I would also make sandwiches with Thomas.
Wait a minute. Hold on. He off the market.
What you mean?
He a one woman man.
Well,
Well, so is Finn, but we chose to marry him.
I married both of the doctors. I married Nate and Finn.
Oh,
Me too.
dang. Yeah, how did we forget about Chance?
I don't know.
Right. I feel so bad.
Girl,
Well, that's Jenna's man, so we know she would forget.
she ain't in here. She probably would marry and make a sandwich with Chance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you love Faith Rednecks? He said she's gorgeous. Okay. You
Faith?
said you would marry her. Didn't say make a
Wait a
sandwich.
minute,
You
hold
said
on.
marry.
Who will marry Faith?
Rednecks.
Oh, wait a minute. Redneck said he'll unalive Steffi, marry Electra, and make a sandwich with not sure. He got a different comment?
Well, is Miss not sure Hope? Because she's never sure of anything.
Now, Melissa Spencer says she would unalive Taylor, make a sandwich with Zende, and marry
Oh.
Dollar Bill Spencer. Oh, there's Jenna. Wait a minute, you gonna unalive, you said all of the above with Chance, Jenna. You gonna unalive him too?
Okay. Tammy Powell says she's going, besides Deacon, yes, Dollar Bill is another good choice. Okay. Y'all got your, and Daycare with the Kids says she'll make a sandwich with Carter. All right. And I'm trying to look at the other ones. Aditha says she'll marry Carter, and because he's a looker and he's smarter. Okay.
You know what? I take my unaliving Hope back, and I give it to Sheila. I forgot about her.
Tammy said, my choice would be Jack Abbott. I'll marry and make a sandwich with Deacon Sharp.
Ooh.
Yeah, you got to
And
deal
then-
with Sheila.
Good luck with that, girl. And Aditha says she's going to unalive Ridge. Melissa says she's going to unalive Taylor, make a sandwich with Zende, marry Bill. Okay.
Did you see Jay? Jay said Jenna is going to unalive Chance by making so many sandwiches with him he can't go no more.
You need to put yours in too, Jay.
He probably got Audra on that list. Him
What,
and
all three?
Dewan.
Marry, unalive, and make a sandwich, Jay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Let's see, Alicia Combs says she's going to unalive Hope, marry Thomas, and make sandwiches with Carter. Okay.
Okay. Dang. TA says it's only dollar bill for me, period. Y'all got some stallion energy in this chat, boy. I seen a lot of dollar bills.
You got some dark side energy yourself, T.
No, I'm just... Shut up. Oh my God. I thought that was the funniest thing ever when I saw Josh Morrow going around asking everybody that. But it was really cute when Josh and Crystal was going back and forth. But what was funny when Diane said that she was gonna make a sandwich with Victor. I was like,
is the look on
his face.
The funniest thing about that to me was both Josh Morrow and Amelia leaning into that, because you know how people say that Nick and Victoria have inappropriate sexual attention.
They do?
Have you guys ever heard that before?
No.
Yeah.
That's been like a running joke on that show
ever
since she took over the role as Victoria. And I'll have to find, there's some screenshots that someone had posted on, I forget if it was on X or on Instagram, but I think it's like their first scenes together.
Okay.
And Josh Morrow is like the way they're looking at each other, it's like their love interest instead of siblings. And there's an article that he had an interview in, and he was like, they had to cut the scene and remind them that they're siblings because of the way that they were interacting. Yeah, because of the way that they were interacting.
She was heavily attracted to this guy at first.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was a known thing. And then they slowly had to, build that on-screen brother and sister relationship. But yeah, she said she thought he was hot.
Oh, dang.
She said that.
J Money said that he was going to unalive Jordan, marry Summer, and make a sandwich with Audra.
Mary Summer. Interesting. Huh. I was not expecting that. What about for bold, Jay? Let's see this bold.
Let's see what your bold thing, and then we gotta move on to the other two segments.
I was not expecting Mary Summer. Interesting.
Summer, huh?
And even he said make a sandwich with Audra. So he knows that she's not the Marion type. You don't wife a 304.
Oh man. Let me see. He and Brie Keisha, I wouldn't mind being the Stallion's new Philly. He is fire. I mean,
yes,
yeah,
he
Don
is.
Diamond, I think he's 60 now.
I don't care.
He looks, he's decent.
Like I think he's the same age as Blair Underwood, and I'll take Blair no matter what age bracket. These are some fine men who have like their bodies together, like this just handsome. Don DeMont has been fine all of his life.
Yep, not a bad looking dude at all. All right, we got to keep it moving. Okay, so what y'all star of the week?
Sharon Case for me.
Yeah, I was about to say, without a doubt, that was a star.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Her acting is just, man, she's knocking it out of the park. What about on Bold? I really can't even pick somebody.
give it to Lisa Yamada.
Okay.
For, you know, she had a very small scene, but like, she's still torturing Bill. We still get to see that devious scene. That's the only highlight I can really think of. Oh, and actually the actor who plays Zende, because he had a really good scene on Friday.
Jay Money said that he would unalive Taylor, marry Ivy, and make a sandwich with Steffy.
Interesting.
Well, that don't surprise me, and I tell you, Jay Money. Yeah, we know why. Huh?
The Mary Ivy part, I'm surprised by.
Yeah, she a pretty girl though.
Mm-hmm.
My star of the week over there is the locked door because Brooke actually knocked. She didn't walk in, and they locked the door this week, at least for a change.
Where did she?
Huh?
When she walked into where?
When she came over to the house, nobody just walked in. The door was locked because they normally don't lock doors on boat. So.
To Steffi's house?
Mm-hmm. She knocked.
I thought she still walked in though. I thought she knocked and then walked in.
So, okay, well. Oh man. All right. Pickle of the week. Lily.
Yeah. Jill for me.
Oh yeah, that's true. And what about Bold?
For Bold, I'm gonna give it to Hope. Because she goaded that man on to committing a whole crime.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. She was annoying. What about you, Keish?
I'm gonna give it to Eric because I couldn't stand the way that he's still whining about how Steffi fired Hope and Hope is family and we shouldn't do this to family. And it's like, I don't remember any of this concern again when your granddaughter and your grandson were fired.
So. Jay Money made a change in his sandwich. He said he'd make a sandwich with Luna.
Okay.
Hopefully she don't pour. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Oh man. All right. And did we do our pickles? Yeah, we did our pickles for Bold. All right. And then who wins the Simp Olympics this week?
This is obvious for Bold.
Yeah, well, just overall across the shows.
Across both shows is Carter.
Yeah, it's committing a crimes for Hope. Exactly. And Melissa Spencer, right? Yeah, she said she would give Hope the pickle, but she already has Carter's. Ooh. Apparently, but apparently, that's all she cares about with this man. She's goading this man on to commit crimes, and he's just willing to do it.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's pitiful. That's just stupid.
All because she gave him the box
once,
and he already pee-whipped.
I mean, her mom and both her aunts have either caused them to lose their company or took advantage in some way, like what Katie did when Bill took over. So I guess it's Hope's turn to follow the women in her family in their footsteps.
Yeah, tell me
this
about
was it. Pitiful. I agree, rednecks. Thumbs down for Bold. Y&R thumbs up. Yep.
So. All right, you guys got anything else before we shut it down?
I do not.
Nope.
I can't wait for next. I need to see Tuesday's episode ASAP. I want to see what happens to Sharon.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. And I want to see Diane get duped because she should have got a signature before doing all this stuff because Victor's about to one-up her on Tuesday, so... All right, you guys. Make sure how many people in the chat, girl? I know we was at 160 earlier.
Yeah, it's been steady, but I think everyone's starting to kind of fade out. We had almost 115, you guys, and
Okay.
we appreciate you all.
Yep. We had a ball once again. Thanks Keish for popping in, and always thank you Bree for helping out as well. Trish
Cool.
is doing okay. She said that she's gonna try again for next week. So hopefully we get to see her next week. But obviously, she need to take the time that she needs to. So
Cool.
all right, you guys, we're gonna end it there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. I'm T.
I am Bree. I'm Keish.
Alrighty, and until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye, soapies.
Bye. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, you guys.